and you can quote this on me. There is no way the Orioles or Red Sox make the playoffs this season. Yeah, yeah. There's no way. There's no way.
I set the bar really low at the NBA predictions.
I don't think all Mavs fans look into the stats like I do.
It's not the great value Target brand toilet paper or whatever. It's the Charmin Ultra Strong.
I don't know if Nick Nurse is the coach for the Raptors. I don't know if he's the reason why they won the 2019 championship. I feel like that was more of a team effort.
The Mavs cannot say we do not miss Seth Curry shooting threes.
This questions the firing of Dwayne Casey, who I think is a very underrated coach.
To me, the Capitals really pushed all their chips for this season.
Hello, I'm Mike Grimes, and you've been listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our MLB Opinions of the Week. And big trade just happened yesterday. And Austin, I'm sure this had to brighten your spirits after the Red Sox did sweep the Yankees, but they dealt their best hitter, Rafael Devers, to the San Diego Padres. Or no, to the San Francisco Giants.
San Francisco Giants.
Yeah.
I do find it funny, Kevin. His last hit as a Red Sox was a home run over the Yankees. His last at bat, I should say, not even last hit, last at bat.
Yeah, it is impressive. And it was, I think I saw a stat, like it was very impressive. Like he had so many home runs against the Yankees, but that's no longer happening. So,
he's played really well this year. I know that there's been discussions regarding what position he wants to play, but on the field, he's been by far their best player.
Yeah, and I really think this trade was kind of the attitude in the clubhouse. Not really money because they just signed him to that deal. It really was they wanted to move him and they were struggling with dealing with him, so they just decided to focus on the team. And the return, I think, kind of reflects that the Red Sox were kind of done dealing with him, because these are some feelings that just bubbled up this year. And I am surprised, and it does hurt them on a team level because he was their best hitter and he was hitting incredibly well.
And I think more than that, I don't know if they got enough back for what he brings to the table. I mean, the Giants gave them some pitchers that could start performing better, but right now are not. And I do think this is a little bit resembles the Betts trade, which is why it's the title of the video. Because the Betts trade, I thought they lost that trade when they traded him. Now, you do have to win a title when you get Betts, and that's true with the Giants as well. They're going to have a lot of great players on that roster now. So I think the Giants now have especially increased expectations for the next couple seasons, and this reminds me a lot of the Betts trade.
Yeah, it does kind of get that. And with Betts, it was more financial because they didn't want to sign him to that contract. But you had Devers under contract. And yeah, they didn't get enough in the Betts trade. And like, I think there are some good pieces, but for a franchise cornerstone, Devers, you don't really have that. So it is going to be hard for them to actually win this trade. Now you go over to the Giants, and I am intrigued that this happened because the Giants have Matt Chapman.
Yeah, but I think that if you told Rafael Devers just to stay at the same position that he was been playing all year, I think he'll do that without much discussion because he was already doing that, right? If he was going to stay in Boston, that's what he would be doing. So I don't think it's going to take that much convincing for him to stay at the DH spot. I don't think he's definitely not going to play third over Chapman.
Yeah, that was kind of my thing. It does seem like he's playing DH, and he, of course, could perform. And Chapman, I think, is on a 2-year deal. It's not as long as Devers.
True, but you could argue that Devers is one of the worst third basemen defensively in the league, while Chapman is easily top 3 defensively.
It's actually a 6-year deal. So, yeah, it does seem Devers would be DH. And I don't see anyone, there wasn't really a spot, so this fills for the Giants in a hitting aspect that I don't think they needed, that they don't really have, and that they needed, because they have some fantastic pitchers, and they didn't really give up many prospects for now. Tibbs is a recent draft pick, Kyle Harrison, as well, a recent draft pick, and then Jordan Hicks. I'm sure there's another guy that can come up to fill in for Hicks, and Harrison, I believe, was pitching, but it was that you still have Robbie Ray. They don't have Blake Snell anymore, but Alex
Logan
Cobb,
Webb.
yeah, Logan Webb. So it is still an impressive front line. So this does, I believe, help them for them to get in the playoffs.
I
As
think
we are
Alex
huge.
Cobb is on the Tigers, I think.
Okay, that's my bad.
Yeah, he's on a 60-day IL, but he was signed to the Tigers. But the Giants have had a lot of good pitchers this year. Pitching's been far from their problem. If you look at like team ERA, they're pretty high up there. And I mean they only have one starter, Jordan Hicks, that has started at least 10 games, or not 9 games, we'll say, with Hicks, and has an ERA above 4.33. Verlander's at 4.33, but then you go to Jordan Hicks, who's a 6.47 ERA and has been terrible. Robert Ray and Logan Webb have been amazing. Landon Rupp, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it, has been solid at 3.99. And their bullpen's been good. I mean, Tyler Rogers, Randy Rodriguez, and Camilo Duvall have been very good, along with Eric Miller as well. So their pitching is good, and trading Jordan Hicks, who's your worst pitcher, starting pitcher, isn't necessarily a bad move.
Yeah, I agree. And as it currently stands, the Giants are in just 2 games out. So I think this really helps their chances to get to the playoffs, because that's kind of been our thing of this rotation could be dangerous if they make it to the playoffs, but they just haven't made
I think
it.
they're in the playoffs right now.
Yeah,
I think there's 2 games out of the division.
Yeah, 2 games out of the division. And it just helps them keep up in a difficult NL West, because the Padres are just a game behind them in the standings. So I'm really interested. It was just a shocking trade so early in a new deal that Devers signed.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
So I love it for the Giants. Red Sox, just kind of more question marks as a team that's really has kind of just gone backwards each year.
Yep, it's disappointing because I thought the Red Sox might surprise people this year and be a little bit better, but after trading Devers, they're really in a bad spot.
Yeah, and of course, we will keep you updated with the Red Sox and just the Giants and to see how they're doing. But let us know your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate you listening to Outsiders Opinions.